Okay, back on February the 6th, 2006, New Jersey State Police were made public an investigation that had been going on for some time into illegal gambling involving the NHL. It was called Operation Slapshot. They were made their operation public after many months, possibly more than a year of investigation. Uh, and what came out was quite stunning, really, who was alleged to be involved. Rick Tocchet, who was then an assistant coach under Wayne Gretsky at Phoenix. Uh, Janet Jones, Wayne Gretzky's wife. James Harney, who was a state trooper. And two current players at the time, Jeremy Roenick, who was outspoken during the lockout of 2004-2005, and Travis Green. These were the five names that were released to the media by the New Jersey State Police concerning their investigation into an illegal gambling ring. Also referred at that time was that the NHL was made aware that a possibility that a team owner or owners, other players and other coaches were involved in this gambling syndicate. Now, bearing in mind, gambling at the time outside of the state of Nevada and certain areas such as Atlantic City, certain jurisdictions of city-based, not state-based, was basically illegal in the US. This year, it's now completely legal, sports gambling. But basically, at the time, there were several jurisdictions in Nevada and several individual cities and counties that had legalized gambling, but nationwide, it was basically illegal. There was an alleged link to the Bruno Scarfo crime family from Philadelphia, so the organised mafia, the Italian-American mafia. That is quite a serious allegation. In the end, after about a year after it was made public, James Harney pled guilty, but alleged that there were 50 people involved in the gambling ring. But that was never proven. Only 3 people were found guilty. James Harney pled guilty and received 6 years custodial sentence. Another man whose name got mentioned was a guy called James Olner. He pled guilty and he cut a plea deal because he obviously released information about the gambling ring. He didn't go to prison, but he cut a plea deal with helping with the investigation. But he did plead guilty to the gambling charges. And Rick Tocchet actually was found guilty in the end. He got 2 years probation and had to report to the NHL, NHLPA on a regular basis to make sure he was adhering to avoiding gambling, staying away from gambling. What this meant at the time, there were accusations that Wayne Gretsky had taken money to throw games towards the end of his career as well. This just wasn't just a gambling thing. There were allegations that players such as Jeremy Roenick and Travis Green were deliberately placing bets on the teams they were playing for or against, basically akin to match fixing. That was never actually proven. Now let's have a look and see where they are today. Janet Jones is still married to Wayne Gretsky. Rick Tocchet is now the coach of the Arizona Coyotes, so he's done all right for himself. Jeremy Roenick and Travis Green now have TV appearances. They work for the media. So out of all this, the only one who really got shafted was James Harney, the state trooper. But it raised a question about the integrity of the NHL and ice hockey as a sport, and when it involves illegal gambling and possible match fixing. This is the only scandal of its type that involves the NHL and ice hockey. Other sports are, for some reason, more prone, or they've been found to have had these match fixing gambling scandals, but it's just a tip of the iceberg. A lot of NHL fans don't even remember this taking place. A lot of NHL fans, it was in the aftermath of the lockout, 2004-2005, it was the year after. Fans were just happy that hockey was being played again. This was the season after the 2005-2006 season. Rick Tocchet finally was prosecuted in 2007. So it did take a while. We don't know how long this investigation actually had been ongoing for. It was just made public in 2006. This could have been dating back pre-lockout. So there you go. The fact that there was references, or it was referred that team owners were involved, highlights a wider issue in the transparency of the league. I could have done this video on the other channel because it's a crime video, really, but the fact that it involves sports and the fact that Rick Tocchet, he was a high-profile player when he played. He worked alongside Wayne Gretsky at what is now Arizona, then the Phoenix Coyotes, and the fact that Wayne Gretzky's wife was implicated is deeply, deeply concerning. There were allegations that Wayne Gretsky and other ex and current players and coaches were fixing games at this time. That was the rumour going around, but obviously we now know it was a gambling ring. The James Harney, did allege that it was up to 50 people involved in the gambling syndicate, mostly involving the reference to the owners, players, coaches, and other officials. Very similar to the NBA basketball betting scandal that happened around the same time, which we could look at in great detail. But I decided to look at this one first because there's not a lot of information on it. It's not really a well-known scandal, although it did happen. But Rick Tockett's still involved in the game. Ronick and Travis Green now have media appearances. Janet Jones is still married to Wayne Gretsky. So the only real fall guy out of this was the state trooper. There were only 3 convictions. It wouldn't surprise me if it was part of a wider investigation into organised crime. It just so happened that on a wiretap, one of these names was picked up. But we're not fully allowed to see the files on this. It wouldn't surprise me if it goes past New Jersey State Police to like the FBI level if it involves a massive crime family of the Italian American mafia. The FBI are normally pretty hot on that. It wouldn't surprise me at some point if Rick Tocchet or Janet Jones's name came up on a wiretap, and it so happened that a member of the New Jersey police knew who Rick Tocchet was, because ice hockey outside certain areas in the US at this time wasn't very, very popular. And the fact that Jeremy Roenick was playing in San Jose, sums it up. It's possibly because of who these people were, and the fact that a police officer was involved led them to this. But there we go, a brief look at Operation Slapshot from 2006, an investigation into illegal gambling involving the NHL. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, place your comments below, and I will look at other sports scandals as well on the channel at some point when there's quiet spells like this, when there isn't many new breaking sports stories going on. And it'll be very interesting to have a look at what occurred. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.